All right, man. Say, man, good morning, good morning, good morning. I know, man. I couldn't help it, man. I was going to try to play some fast music this morning. I couldn't do it, man. So, hey, man, it's Sunday morning. Good coffee, great music, man, and great conversation to come. Man, it's January 2024, the beginning of the brand new I-10 end-to-end social experiment season, man. We're going to talk about it a little bit today. How did the patch come about? I'm tired of people saying, Sarge, I heard the patch meant this. Hey, Sarge, I thought the patch was that. Man, we're going to break it down, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you, and you're going to be told today. Man, so y'all hang in there. Share it with a friend. Tell everybody I'm on, man. Hey, man, give the Lord a round of applause for waking you up this morning. Hey, man, welcome aboard to the Iron Elite Podcast Show, man. Hopefully everybody's doing good this morning. I know you could be doing a lot of things, man, but you're hanging with Sarge this morning, man. So, hey, we ready to go, man. We're going to get this thing turned up for everybody who's been supporting, that's been hanging there with me, that's been calling me, that's been giving me encouragement, man. I appreciate you guys. And for the ones, man, that have been mad at me, that don't talk to me, that don't call me. Hey, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm going to promise you I'm going to be better in 2024, man. Hey, man, every once in a while, the Sarge gets down, man. And I have to try to get crunk back up, try to get my energy back together, man, and get back on this thing, man. So for real, I appreciate everybody who's shown me all the love over these years, man, while we've been doing this thing, man. And I promise you, we're going to get this thing better and better, man. And that's what's up. Hey, so today, I'm still trying to get over that bronchitis and get all that stuff out my system. So might not be that clear, but hey, man, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do what it's going to do. So just teeing this thing up a little bit, man. Just teeing this up a little bit. Ooh, the I-10 end-to-end. Let me go ahead and say this. Let's go ahead and get the administrative stuff out the way. Right now, this year, there are 8 riders who are registered for the ride already. That's what's up, man. They said, Sarge, we're coming in, man. We're ready. We're ready. Also, I have used 6 out of 7 PIFs already on riders. And for those who don't know what PIF means, PIF stands for Pay It Forward. And we're going to expand a little bit more on that as we go on in the show. Bolo, what's happening, man? Top of the morning to you, brother. So this is what's up. This is what's good. So shout out to all my PIF supporters. Thank you. We couldn't do this at this level without you guys. So we're going to give you guys a round of applause as well. So, man, let's take it from the beginning, man. The I-10 end-to-end, the social experiment patch, has been effective since September of 2021. That's when it became mainstream. Initially, I did it, and oh, by the way, I'm gonna make sure I didn't have any feedback. If you can hear me clearly in the chat, can you just give me a 1 to make sure that the volume is good to go and there's no issues? So if you can hear me, shoot me a 1 in the chat. I appreciate it. Okay, so September 2021 is when the patch. I appreciate you, Bolo. Okay, appreciate you, Brian Huffer. So good to go. We're ready to go. So the patch became mainstream for me September 2021. And when the patch first came about, it came about during the time frame of COVID. And this was, I was getting ready to go across the country. I was getting ready to go to Soul Brothers. I was going to go to Soul Brothers Arizona Annual. This was like spring of 2020. And then all hell broke loose. COVID. One of the wildest things of my lifetime broke loose, man. And I make no fun about that, make no bones about that, man. That thing did a horrible job on a lot of us, family, friends, coworkers, neighbors, man, etc. So I remember at the time we were mounting up, getting ready to go. And then because of COVID, the Arizona Soul Brothers run was canceled. Everything was canceled. All the annuals, everything was canceled. And I remember at that point, okay, wow, so I have to delay. I can't ride anywhere. I don't want to to be dealing with this particular, pandemic on the highway. So we shut it down for a while. I think it was at the time it was me and Big Cell was getting ready to go across the country. So we both shut it down. So we sat about a couple months, and him and I both was like, man, I want to go, but bruh, what if something crazy happens out there? We get locked down, we can't move, whatever. So we sat around, we delayed, and then we thought to ourselves, hey man, what's the safest place than to be on the highway? What's the safest place for social distance than to just be running, man? Gloves, spray, Lysol, all the things that you need to mitigate as much risk as you possibly could. And I remember having a phone conversation with him, and me and him was talking, and I said, hey man, this thing gonna change things, man, in the MC world. And he said, what do you mean? I said, no more parties, man. No more bike nights, no more this, no more that. The only thing left is to ride. And he's like, yeah, I guess you're right, man. I said, the only thing left is to ride, man. That is the only thing that you can do. This is gonna move a lot of people out of the motorcycle community. And it's going to show you the people who are really, really, really about the motorcycle community. Because riders are going to continue to ride no matter what. They're going to continue to ride. The ones that kind of here for partying, they're going to probably drop off. So we kind of laughed both at the end of that conversation. And I remember about a week later said, hey, man, I think we can do it. Let's go. So we darted off. We went across the country. I-10 end to end, because obviously I was hitting a bunch of Soul Brothers chapters on the way heading out to Los Angeles, and then up my way to Northern California to Stockton. And I remember how much love I was getting, how much people were kind of reaching out to us while we're on the highway, how many homes were being opened up for me. And I could just really genuinely sense the whole get down. And I'm going to just say this, man. And everybody who knows me, they know Sarge likes the West Coast. I love the West Coast get down. What's Sarge, the West Coast? I mean, whatever. I love the West Coast get down because I've learned so much from the West Coast, the way that they have evolved in the motorcycle community. So going out there was a privilege, as a treat for me. So I got a chance again to see all the people, all the love, all the support. People opening up homes for me. People want to just talk to me about whatever the case may be. And long story short, at the end of the trip when I came home, all the memories that I had, all the people who reached out to me, and all the things that we talked about. Initially, the patch was being made to encourage my club brothers to go across the country and see all the great things that the country if I will, excuse me, I think I was buffering again, but I think I'm good now. After a while, I said, whoa, I'm starting to think this particular patch, this particular situation is bigger than a single entity. This is bigger. I want to grow this into something that I want to encourage everybody to share. So kind of the wheels start kind of moving then. And like I said, initially, I don't know how much I get called before it's buffering. The patch was made for my club brothers initially to encourage them to ride coast to coast. But then over time, I started thinking about it and I went back in and I said, no, 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 this patch is way too big for just a small group of people. This patch should be shared by everybody. And this is what I think, because anybody who knows me, they know Sarge loves to share. I love to share. I love to teach. I love to inspire. I'm a retired Marine, retired Marine of 22 years. I was a first sergeant in the Marine Corps. Anybody who's ever served in the military that understands what a first sergeant does, that understands what a senior chief does, we're senior enlisted advisors to the commanding officer. We're like the most experienced enlisted person. We're teaching. We're aspiring. We're motivating troops. So nothing's really changed for me in life. So I started thinking about the patch again, and I said, okay, I want to make this patch for everybody. I want to make a patch. Again, I want to change it this time because I don't want it to be a personal bragging award, even if, it is. It's a personal achievement. But at the same time, I want to put a different caveat on the patch. You got to also be willing to share. And I remember a few years ago seeing a post where K Solo had aspire to inspire. I think him and Mama D of a few others I've heard use that line. And it started making me think, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So then I came up with saying, hey man, this is the social experiment. It's each one teach one. In order to get this patch, I want you to be willing to teach what you did in real time. That's no better way to inspire somebody to do what you do than teach them what you do. Now I've seen plenty of signs, people, you're in Utah, you're in Minnesota, you at the 0 mile mark in Key West. But are you teaching what you do? Are you teaching us how to get down to Key West? Are you teaching us how to get to Los Angeles, California? Are you teaching us how to get to Alaska? That's when I started saying the patch now is called the social experiment. Each one teach one, coast to coast, I-10 to the end. And the biggest reason for I-10 is because I-10 is the last major interstate to the East Coast. It goes consistently from Jacksonville, Florida, all the way to Santa Monica Pier. Once you run out of I-10, you run out of land. And I said, okay, now I got something. And then I'm going to put it on a highway that I know I'm going to be able to track, meet, greet, congratulate every rider who comes across the country. So those were some of the things that we put together to make this thing happen. And then from there, I started thinking, let's really make it teachable. Let's make sure that it's on every platform. Let's go to YouTube. Let's start bringing riders in. Let's do an introduction to the riders. Let's tell the world who they are and what they're about. Let's get it on Facebook and let it be in real time of what they're doing. So not only we can celebrate and support them, we can watch and we can build our confidence as they're going across the highway. And oh, by the way, lastly, we make relationships with these people because we get familiar with them. So then that's when it really, really started taking off and people started getting an idea. And I started getting people calling me up. Hey, Sarge, man, is this thing real, man? What you doing? Is this real? Yes, sir, it's really real. It's really real. This is not just for a season. This is going to be for a long, long, long time. God willing, even after I'm gone. Because I really believe in what we're doing here. And then it took us on, man, and it got more steam and it got more power. And people started really coming and taking it seriously. And it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew. What I like most about this patch is it has no political affiliation. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you belong to. The U in the middle of the patch stands for unity. Because anybody who knows me, they know that Sarge believes in unity in the motorcycle community. Motorcycle community cannot last if there's division. It only grows if there's unity. And unity is a very, very, very important part of it. Is the motorcycle community perfect? Nope. Neither is mankind. But if we can remember to do this, ride our motorcycles, show each other common courtesy and respect, unity becomes a little bit easier to deal with. And with unity, you have strength and growth. So fast forward, we're moving along now. So in 2023, I remember a guy by the name of Kodak, the ground pounder. He called me up in Kodak's voice, Sarge, what you doing? Hey, man, I'm on my way heading into the bank, man. I got to take care of some business, blah, blah, blah. All right, need to talk to you, Sarge. I said, okay, what you got, man? Give me what you got. Sarge, this is what we need to do. We need to keep pushing and encouraging riders to make this ride. I said, okay, man, that's what we're doing. Yeah, for sure. Sarge, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to sponsor 5 riders, Sarge. Huh? Yeah, Sarge, I'm going to sponsor 5 riders. So you tell me what the registration fee is for those 5 riders, and I'm going to send you that money, Sarge. And then I'm going to encourage other people to sponsor riders. And that's the way we're going to kickstart 2023 to get people going. Man, that's crazy, but yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it. And then, man, it took about 1 or 2 months, and it was wildfire. It was wildfire, man. People were registering to ride off the PIF, and they were so taken aback that somebody had already paid it for them. They said, no, Sarge. Cool. When I get back, I'm going to PIF it for the next person. And then I had some people say, I'm trying to encourage the West Coast, so I'm going to PIF some West Coast people. I'm trying to encourage the females, so I'm going to PIF some females. Now we've gone to the next generation of it. Shout out to Soldiers United. They say, man, we're trying to make it a husband and wife thing. So we're going to PIF husband and wives from our team, from our organization. So, like, man, that's cold. That's wild. But it's been growing and growing and growing. It's been evolving. And I really appreciate all the people who's giving it the energy to grow, to giving it the fuel to just build and get steam. Because without you guys, this thing would never happen. The patch itself, it's a patch, but it stands for so much more. It stands for unifying an East Coast to a West Coast and all points in between. It stands for teaching. It stands for the most important thing in life, and that's selflessness. You know, I hear people say sometimes, hey, Sarge, I ride all the time. I get this many miles. I do this, but I don't really need no patch to prove what I do. Well, I don't really need to tell everybody and put it all on the internet. Cool. I don't need to know about it. Keep it to yourself. Cool. I have no problem with that at all. But where I sit at in life, at my age, I'm not 28 no more. I'm really about me doesn't really do anything for me. What does things for me is how my actions inspires others, how your actions inspire others. And you can have either one. It doesn't matter. Sarge's personal Sorry about that. Again, buffering. AT&T, man, we got problems. So just social achievements can benefit a community. So that's what we're aiming for. That's what I aim for, is the benefit of the community. Again, no problem with those who don't want to do it. No problems with those who don't inspire to do it. That's no problem at all. But for the ones who are willing to share, the ones who do care, the ones who see the vision at 30,000 feet, I appreciate you guys. 2024, already got riders signed up, ready to go, and ready to roll. PIFs are still coming in, and I appreciate all those people who are doing it. I'm so excited to see what it's going to be like this year. 93 riders for 2023, 93 successful rides. Let's give those folks a round of applause. 93 successful rides. And that ain't just summer rides. That's not just spring rides when the weather's good. That's winter rides. That's summer rides. That's fall rides. Man, hey, man, it is 12 months out of the year I've had riders come across and accomplish. As a matter of fact, the Bells were my last two riders that came through at the end of December. Treacherous cold weather, man. I've had them get off in the middle of July and the middle of August, and anybody who's at the 10 in August in the summertime, baby, you better be ready, boy. You better be ready, because you're going to melt like tar coming across Western Texas. But thank you to all the people who supported those 93 riders coming across the 10. From my people who've lived in Texas, California, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, all the support that those riders were getting. You know, shout out to Low Key, man. It's always been on it out of Houston. Shout out to Reef, man, in Bernie, Texas. Always tracking on those I-10ers. Always following up, making sure those guys are good. Shout out to Big Country, man, in Phoenix, Arizona. Always looking in. Shout out to Kodak, man, for always calling and nagging people and making sure they're okay and checking people's glimpse and calling you if you sat on the highway too dang long and you weren't moving from the gas station. He wanted to know what's up. Shout out to Tef, man, here in Jacksonville. Used to get up 1, 2 in the morning, man, and see riders off with me. Shout out to the wife, man, who always makes sure my riders are registered and ready to go. She's making sure she's out there with me 98% of the time, no matter what time of day, time of night, what time of weather, to see those riders off. And a lot of the time to welcome the riders in. Thank you, and shout out to everybody who's told a friend about the ride, who got people motivated about the ride. Without you guys, man, none of this stuff would be nothing. I guarantee you that. Shout out to the Lord, man, for making sure our riders were able to get across the country safely in the campaign. Since 2021, since we went public with it, we've had 186 successful rides. You did? That's crazy, man. So excited to see what it goes into 2024. I've got riders that'll be coming in for Earn Elite in just a couple weeks, doing the I-10 to the end, man. So we're going to get prayer. We're going to get energy, and we're going to watch you guys and support every mile that you make on your way to Jacksonville, man. So prayers are going to be up to you guys right away, right out the gate. So thank you. So if anybody asks what the patch stands for, the patch stands for unity. The patch stands for selflessness. The patch stands for mentorship. That's what the patch stands for. Nothing else. Nothing else. It doesn't stand for anybody's club. It doesn't stand for the University of Miami, although we use the color schemes from that because we thought it'd make for a better background on the patch when the guy was, when my patch creator was creating the patch. That's the only reason. That was the reason why. But that's what the patch stands for. So you can pass that along, man. Let everybody know that's what the patch stands for. Now, over the years, my soul brothers got in line with me and say, Sarge, we want to support you and give you energy to this thing as well. And they gave a lot of fuel to the patch. And they supported me quite a bit on the patch. And shout out to them soul brothers, man. West Coast is the best coast, you dig. That's what I'm gonna say. So, hey man, before I shut this down, let's talk a little bit about Iron Elite, how things are set up. I should have out this week the schedule of events, and I'll be posting it on to the Iron Elite Facebook page, so that'll be out here shortly for activities for Friday, Saturday, and then obviously the prayer and launch on Sunday morning. We're putting everything together, man. We're working it out. Everything is going to be very, very, very cool. So look forward to that. That should be out this week, and I'll have it up in the pent up section of that. So one of my friends from FHO, Arizona, don't be calling me the day of the event, man, saying, Sarge, where everything is at, because my guy, it's going to be in the pent up section. Matter of fact, I'm going to personally inbox you with everything because I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it, man. So you're going to get an inbox personally, bro, because I know you're not going to look at the pent up section. Apologize for this, man. I cannot wait till the cable guy to get here to fix this thing. But hotel information is in the pent up section as well, whether it be the host hotel, whether it be the overflow hotel, all that stuff is in there. Again, for those who are coming, please be safe. Please give yourself enough time on that highway. This is winter time, man. This is no game. This is no game or no time to living life on the edge, man. So please give yourself enough time. Please be very conscious of the weather because the weather is shifting like crazy. I'm just woke up this morning and I saw in the Midwest the Arctic storms and all kind of bull jive. They got, man, the Midwest is out of control right now. It's out of control. So please, you guys, be very diligent about the weather and how you're riding and what you're riding with. Also on the page, man, I've had guys like Low Key spent countless amount of hours putting out heating suit information, heated glove information, heated socks information. It's all on the page, man. Check it out. Go visit some of those websites on those links that we put in, man. Might help you with some of your equipment that you probably didn't even think about. So check it out, man. We're going to constantly keep putting on the page things and links to help us with our riding equipment, with our bikes, constantly putting that thing out there. And oh, by the way, man, if you have any ideas that you would like to share or you would like me to cover on the Iron Elite podcast, let me know, man. I'll take those in. Just inbox them to me because I'm always looking for new content or content that people need to hear about and know about. So let me know. Excuse me, just let me know, and I'll do that. I plan on hopefully by next weekend getting it together. I'm gonna have Jay from Jay's Performance Motorcycle Shop here in Jacksonville, and we're gonna be talking some basic things: what to be inspecting on your bike before going on a long ride, what needs to be checked before the ride, during the ride, and post ride. So him and I are going to be covering some of that. He's going to talk to you a little bit about common things that mechanics see or come across at different times during maintenance, and some things that you can check for yourself at home to help you, in some cases, self-diagnose what's going on your bike, man. So that's what we got going on. That's what we're working on. Of course, the podcast, I'm working on getting this thing a little bit better. I'm working on this nutty behind Wi-Fi because it stinks. So I'm going to try to work that out and get that thing together. I'm working on some more automation stuff and some cool stuff. So I'm going to put it together, and hopefully, and this is my promise in 2024, this podcast is going to be a really, really professional podcast. I'm going to bring on the best of the best. If you're a motorcycle rider and you got experience and you know what you're talking about and you can put together a subject and a predicate, man, I'm going to be reaching out to talk to you guys. This podcast is not going to be representative of any type of no social justice stuff, no politics. We ain't talking about the Jags, man, because they ain't playing, so you don't have to worry about me and that kind of stuff. But this podcast is going to be dealing with strictly motorcycle stuff. Strictly motorcycle stuff. And that's it. So, man, I'm not going to be too much longer. I know y'all got things to do. Y'all get ready for the playoffs. I ain't got nothing to worry about because the Jags and let me down, man. The Jags and let me down, man. I don't know what to say, man. So today I guess I'll just do yard work or something. But, hey, man, hopefully everybody's going to have a great Sunday. Have a great week, man. Enjoy MLK Day tomorrow, man. And keep it motorcycling, you dig?